Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Thursday Live with Coach Deborah. I'm so happy to have you here because you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to join us on Build Your Best Life, and I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please make sure that you continue to pray for us, like, share, and comment. Those actions mean so much to us, especially those prayers, because believe it or not, we've been here for 5 years, going on 6, and it has been an amazing journey, and I could not have done it without each of you. So thank you so, so very much. As you know, this month, our theme is Blueprints for being a great dad. Blueprint for being a great dad, our father, I should say. And, my passion is to assist young men and to encourage mothers with sons. But hey, this month has been about dads, Father's Day and all. And young men need male figures in their lives. So fathers are so very important as well. Okay. And I have a great topic today. I hope that you will enjoy it. I enjoy doing the research, putting it together. So let's dive in. And my topic today is, and you remember we're talking about fathers, not being a great father, is my career, my passion, or my son. Think about that. My career, my passion, or my son. That's what I'm going to be talking about. So, married fathers, single fathers, or other guardians are responsible for ensuring they are engaged and involved in raising their sons. And I'm not going to go all into the spiel about being there if you're not still with the mom, because I've already been over that. So let's just remember, our young men needs that male role model, that figure. So wouldn't it be just awesome if that role model, that person, is their father? Today, individuals have demanding jobs. It's not anymore where we had certain criteria, certain jobs that we had. And I say we just celebrated Juneteenth on yesterday. But we have men and women have demanding jobs. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. Uh, we know all about having multiple streams of income. So a lot of our fathers have multiple businesses. They have social commitments. They're in fraternities or the alumni of the fraternities. They may have businesses that keeps them involved and going. And they have other situations or things that keep them on the go. They may coach some type of sport. They may be an officer at the church or in another organization, and they have meetings, what have you. So we know that there are a lot of moving parts, a lot of things going on. So you got that career. And then I've said about all these things that maybe they may be involved in, but is that even their passion? Not even to mention that passion. Passion. What is that passion that they may have on top of all of that other stuff that they have going on? Is it that they have inspirations that they want to write a book, or they want to learn how to fly a plane, they want to learn how to parachute out of a plane? What is it, that passion that they have going on? So are they trying to get that accomplished as well as all these other tasks or things that they feel like they have to get done? The question then becomes, are you able to manage and balance your life? So you got career, you got all these obligations, and then you have your passion. So can you balance those things? Because remember, you have a son. So is it your career? Is it your passion? Or is it your son? Which is going to be your priority? Are you going to be able to balance all of that? Have you even thought about it? Food for thought, huh? So be honest and transparent as you think through and ask yourself these probing questions that we're going to go through right now. The first one is, what is your priority? What is your priority? Is your career right now your priority because you think, if I do exceedingly well, I can get promotions, I'll move up, then life will be better because my hours won't be as great. I have people that report up to me so I can delegate more. So it's going to be better. What is your priority? Instead of going to that practice or dropping your child off to practice, they have sports, or they have maybe have tutoring or whatever. Are you there? Are you figuring out how you can move up in that career? Are you saying, okay, I understand that they have practice, they want to see me, but hey, all these years, I've always wanted to parachute out of a plane. I've never had an opportunity to do it. Now I have an opportunity. They'll understand. I'm going to follow my passion, what it is that I really want to do in life right now. Not thinking about this child depends on me. The actions that I take and I make reflects upon them, not only now, but going forward in their lives. So what is more important? What should my priority be? Doing things for myself or stepping up for my child? Now, I understand that I teach you should be numero uno. This has nothing to do with that concept. Yes, you should always put yourself first and foremost. And that is taking care of your body, making sure you're at 100, your physical health, your mental health. Spend having some me time. However, you made a decision to have a child. With that comes responsibilities. So now, is that priority your passion of being involved in what's going on in that son's life? Think about it. The second one, what really matters? What really matters? Is it staying late, trying to get ahead of the game, to make sure when I come in tomorrow, I'm not going to have all these things on my plate? Or can you split hairs and say, well, I'll stay a while, but I'm not going to stay so late that I'm not home before those children have their dinner or it's their bedtime? Meaning, I was gone when they got up. They'll be going to bed when I get home. So is maybe working an hour or two overtime and getting home to take that child to a practice, or getting home to see if you can assist with homework, just having that family meal together. What really matters? What really matters? And I see I put the same thing up twice, huh? But it is what really matters. And then, life happens. You have things in your life that are going on and it impacts you. And I talked earlier about your mental health. So you have to make sure your mental health is okay. So in that career, we know how it is in corporate America. There are politics. There are people that will do anything to get that promotion or whatever. So you may have to worry about layoffs, shutdowns, stagnation, being in that one spot for year after year after year. You're getting there, you're being on time, you're missing out the time with your family, you're giving 110%, and it looks like you are not having any movement. Why am I doing this? Or you are just burning both ends of the candle. You just going at that job, at that career. You in this fraternity, so now you want to hang with your brothers and you want to do this. Not remembering there is a son that is looking at me. I should be their role model. If I'm not there, if I am not showing them quality attributes of life, like responsibility, respectability, accountability, are they missing it altogether? Or are they getting information from their peers that may not be accurate? What is going on when you are worried about those things in your life that you maybe possibly can manage a little bit better on that job? If you've been in that position and you're not moving and you know that you're giving 100%, because it's really, really funny. And I'm getting off subject a little bit, but it is so funny, people that complain about, I've been in this job, they promote this person started 5 years after I have, now they above me. I don't understand this. And they many times are the people that come late, take long breaks, long lunches. Their work is just enough to get by. There's no quality in it or anything like that. But they wonder why they're stagnant. So I'm going to leave that one alone. So maybe there's something you can do about those feelings of what you can do about your career. But you should not forget about your son what they're seeing, what they're learning, and what they may be getting into because you're not involved. So is all of that more important? Yes, you have to have a job. You need a good job because you need a good income. That's something that's going to be adequate enough to take care of the needs of your family. Needs. Let's put emphasis on needs. So you want to make sure they have a roof over their heads, they have clothing, they have food, those things that they need for school, in addition to if they're in public school, what the government provides. You can get those things. Like if you have them in private school, then you know you have to pay that tuition, any additional things that they need. But you want to be able to provide for your family. But what good is it to provide for them if they are miserable, they're lost, they don't feel like you care, you love them, or whatever? Going back to, what is your priority? Why are you there? And I know you've probably heard the statement, present but not present. You know, we talk about moms a lot, but a lot of times you can have a dad that is present, they're in the house, they're married to your mom, but they're not present. They're not there most of the time. When they're there, they're not listening, they're engaged in something else. So, are you present but not present? All of this really, really matters. You don't want to hear this? I apologize, but my passion is not to stroke your ego. My passion is to assist young men, and I know the things that young men need because I've raised 3 sons. I studied, I've read the books, I've done my due diligence. I know what they need to survive, to have that feeling that they matter, have that confidence, know that mistakes and things come along in their lives, but they can overcome those things. But they need some involvement from those male figures, dads. So look at your passions. What are those passions? And I mentioned parachuting out of a plane, learning how to fly a plane. What else could it be? Could be skydive. Well, skydiving is kind of like jumping out of a plane, but I meant what do you call it? Deep sea diving. What else? There's a lot of things. None of them are jumping out at me right now. I just say take on a whole new persona or thing that you are expert at. So for all of your life, you've been really, really good at English language, writing, but you don't want to do that anymore. You want to be techie. So you want to go to school now. You want to get into the technology realm. You want to learn how to write language, programs, all of this. So a season is never over. You're never too old to learn something. So I'll say, is it the right time? So you have a teenager. You have someone that will soon be a young adult. They have so many things that society is throwing at them. So can you manage that career? Can you manage those organizations and be there in place for your child and pursue those passions at this moment? Sometimes it's all about timing. So Blueprint for Success, that thing works, but you got to have what? You got to write it down, and you got to make sure that it's specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, it's realistic, and it's time-based. So in putting down those goals, those things that you want to do in life, there's nothing wrong with that, but you have timings on those. And you have to make sure that you include, I have a family. I have to do things with my family. My family needs me. My son needs me. I have to be there for my son. My son needs to know that I have his back, that I know him. I'm with him enough hours in the day that I know when he's up. I know I can look at him and tell when something's bothering him. I can listen to his voice and know, even though he's telling me that things are okay, there's something really not quite right. And I can pull him aside later when the whole family is not there, and we can have that candid conversation, and I can assist him, guide him, give him wisdom based on my experience. Those are the key components of what I'm talking about today. It's not about what you want to do, is not important, but you got to think about the timing and the whole picture. If you're single, are you married? You married with kids? Are you a single parent? All those things come into play when you want to do and live a life that is assisting your child and being the best that they can be. You don't want them lacking. You don't want to lose them, as people say, to the street, because you have not been there. So you may think, well, what do you mean? Whatever's going on is going to go on. So what difference does it make? It makes a lot of difference. Those things that are going on, yes, they listen to their peers. They see what their peers are doing. People will try to entice them into doing things, joining gangs. And in those gangs, we're going to go rob somebody. We're going to go beat somebody. You got to try this drug. Just people that don't have good character. They may do things that are not appropriate. They can say, hey, man, we friends. Come on, go with me. You do that child. Does your child know where they're going? If you're not there to talk to them, give them that wisdom that they need to know, if they can't find you to ask you questions, if you're not seeing who their friends are, it makes a difference. My career, my passion, or my son, there are so many moving parts. There are so many things that you may be involved in. So you have to, what did I start out with? What is your priority? Do you want to look back and say, I am so glad I was there for my son. He's grown up now. I taught him, how to treat young ladies, never to be respectful to them, never put his hands on them, how to have a job, what he needs to do when he's in the workplace. It's not a time of playing. It's a time of doing the job that you were hired for. Go above and beyond and always do your very best. I have taught them, gave them a Christian foundation, and you never know when they're listening. But I can see now that he's 20, he's 30, he's 40. I am glad I spent that time. I am glad I took the time to talk with them. Hey, now I've done that. I want to go and do this and this and this and this. Or do it on a larger scale. Maybe I dabbled in it, but I couldn't do it on a huge scale because I wanted to be there for my son. I didn't want to be the one to tell him about sex and different things. I wanted to tell him because I had the facts. I didn't want his friends trying to teach him. I wanted to be the one. I wanted to tell him he would make mistakes in life. But this is how you recoup that. You can overcome those mistakes. So I hope that what I've been talking about has made sense. And I know sometimes you probably don't understand, where'd she come up with that one from? But it comes from my studying, my research, the things that I see, the things that I know that the young men need, what they're not getting for the most part. And I'm not saying that's every family, every situation, but there are many that are not getting what they need. So that's why, hey, I have to fulfill my purpose that God has given me. So that's what I have to do. And the last one I want to leave with you is have some consistency. Are you not consistent? Do you say, oh, you make an arrangement with your significant other, I'll be the one to take them to their tutoring classes. I'll be the one to take them to their sports classes. I'll be the one to take them to karate lessons. And you do it for a week or two, and then it's, oh, I'm working late. Can you do it? Oh, I got to go to this meeting. Can you do it? Me and some of the guys gonna get together today. Can you do it? Be consistent. Consistency. Oh, I wish I could just dive into that word one day. Consistency is so essential in so many different things, but they need consistency. You need consistency. Be a person of your word, because if you're not being consistent, hey, you may not be trustworthy, or they may feel you're not honest. Well, Dad said, but Dad didn't do. Like I said, these are things that I wanted you to think about as I talked about. Not preaching to you, but I wanted you to listen to the nuggets, the questions, and think about them. Really be transparent with yourself, not with me, and think about them. So I hope that this conversation helped a young man, help a mother that is trying to raise a young man, and it helps some dads, because that was my goal. So thank you so very much for tuning in, for listening, and I do hope that you enjoyed this. Well, Saturday is the fourth Saturday, and you know what that means. It's real talk. And so we're going to have real talk, and our topic is going to be teach equitable acts of mom, and that comes from an acronym of TEAM. Dads and moms, whether you're together or apart, you need to be a team in raising those sons. So please join Dan and I on Saturday for Real Talk, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that you will enjoy this one. So please make sure again that you like and share the content here, because it may not be for you. This one may not be for you. This one might be, oh yeah, that one was for me. But share them with other people. There are some people that don't know about Build Your Best Life. They forget that it's not consistent. They're not on it all the time. So then, you forget. But share, if you think something is good for someone, share it with them. If you think it's something that they've never been exposed to, share it. Make sure you comment, and make sure that you like, my Build Your Best Life Facebook page, so that I know when you're on here and you're getting the information. Subscribe to my YouTube page. You never know when Facebook will be down and you're like, okay, I'm going to miss it. But you can be on YouTube, and I know you can get it without subscribing. But if you subscribe, we can, have that dialogue back and forth. I can see those comments. So please subscribe to that page, and that's Build Your Best Life with Deborah D. Smith on YouTube as well. And you can always search it in YouTube or Facebook, Build Your Best Life. So thank you so much. Please follow the website, www.buildyourbestlife.org. That's www.buildyourbestlife.org. You can see our calendar of events. We've already had 2 of our major events this year. We have 2 more coming. The next one starts on July 31st. And you can read the blog. I have a blog that comes out each Monday at 10 a.m. So check out those blogs. You can go back and on this website Go to those blogs and read some of the blogs from the past, whichever one looks like, hey, that may be for me. Let me check that out. But check it out. Check out that website. I greatly appreciate it. And you know what's coming up. You know what's coming up. This year, we are talking about blueprint for success, but we are also declaring Jeremiah 29:11 over your lives. God knows the plans that he has for you. He wants you to have what? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. He wants you to have prosperity, not disaster. And then he wants you to have the future that you hope for. So please design your blueprint for success. Follow based on the plans that God has for you. Put in the work and build your best life. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan, it's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. I hope to see some of you on Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Real Talk with Dan and Deborah. I hope to see you then. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.